Gonna be talking about this baby. Yeah, the OnePlus 2. So of course the company is calling it the flagship killer. A lot of you who've been following me since the beginning of 2015 might remember that I've been saying 2015 is the year of cell phones, where flagship phones, and those are generally 3 to 4 phones every year. Samsung flagship, which is the Galaxy series and the Note series. Sony's flagship, which is the Xperia series. LG's flagship, which is the G series. HTC's flagship, which is the M series. And of course, the iPhones. 2015 is the year that I've been, saying for a while that flagships will cease to matter so much. 2014 में I think पीक हो चुकी थी जो पॉपुलैरिटी थी, जो फंक्शनैलिटी थी फ्लैगशिप फोन्स की. टुडे थैंक्स टू द कमोडिटाइजेशन ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, द प्रोसेसर्स, द रैम, द कैमरास, देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो डर्थ ऑफ हैंडसेट्स जिसमें आपको गजब के फीचर्स और स्पेसिफिकेशंस और हार्डवेयर मिल जाता है, एंड यू डोंट हैव टू ब्रेक योर बैंक और सेल योर किडनी फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर फोन. सो दैट इज इनक्रेडिबल. नाउ दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाई द ओरिजिनल OnePlus was so popular, and the OnePlus 2 has so much hype around it. I think in terms of specifications, it does not really get any bigger or better than this, literally. It's a ginormous phone. 5.5 inch का इसका display है, which is a IPS in-cell display screen, which makes for some fantastic viewing angles, great color reproduction. It is not as punchy or as saturated as, for example, let me show you this. As Samsung devices, this is the Samsung Galaxy A5. लगभग 20-25 हजार रुपए के प्राइस सेगमेंट में है. So the Samsung phones have super AMOLED displays, a lot more punchy colors, very good in saturation. The most popular screen size of phones in India today is the 5-inch plus phablet category. तो सबसे पहले स्पेसिफिकेशंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ द डिस्प्ले 5.5 इंच का है, इन सेल डिस्प्ले है, 400 के ऊपर इसकी पिक्सल डेंसिटी है. The luminosity is fantastic for people to see it outside. It's a great looking device. It's a complete magnesium alloy exterior. So it's actually an aluminum and a magnesium alloy, which makes it nice and sturdy, which also actually makes it quite heavy. 175 grams is the weight of this little baby. When you hold this in comparison to other phones like the Samsung Galaxy S6 or even the iPhone for that matter, this does feel like a relatively heavier phone. It's got a nice magnesium alloy exterior. There's nice metal. यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं the edges over here, the speaker grill and the bottom over here. There's good metal, but the problem with metal is whenever it falls, you will see a lot of scratches, dings, kinks, all of that on metal. So which is why plastic really helps, or some other material helps. But it really gives it a very, very premium feel. It does not feel like 25,000 रुपए का phone in your hand. Feels like a much more expensive phone when you hold it. Especially वजन जो है, weight gives a sense of premiumness in our country. We like it big and we like it heavy. Then of course is the camera. 13 megapixel rear camera with dual LED flash, which is your amber and regular white light flash, with a 5 megapixel front facing camera and great low light sensitivity. I think the camera is fabulous. इस कैमरा से आप 4K वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग भी कर सकते हैं, so that's a huge difference. 4K resolution is of course 4 times that of full HD, and while the camera records 4K, the display is only HD. You cannot really see 4K playback. So really enjoy करने के लिए 4K, you'll have to have a 4K display of that particular resolution. But it also records slow motion video at 120 FPS at 720p resolution. When you shoot 4K video or you shoot raw images, you need kick-ass insane performance backup, and that वो भर भर के पड़ा हुआ है इस फोन के अंदर, because you get second generation Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor, which is an octa-core processor. You get 4 GB of LPDDR3 RAM, which is insane. You really don't need 4 GB of RAM. My iMac at home has 4 GB RAM, and I use proper Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere and all these video editing software on it. And a couple of cool gestures on this. So the phone screen is locked, okay, and see what happens now. I'm drawing an O on the home screen. Yeah, the camera app automatically gets launched once I draw an O. Another thing that happens, another gesture. Let me lock this and let me draw a V over here. And the torchlight gets switched on. And I do another V, and the torchlight gets switched off. So really cool functional gestures जो actually OnePlus में थे. That's actually a part of Cyanogen operating system, these gestures, even though it's not running Cyanogen operating system, running its own proprietary Oxygen OS based on Android 5.1. But a cool few gestures have made their way. I was talking about the performance. It's got an insane octa-core processor, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of ROM, which is your internal storage, and that is fixed. Unfortunately, one of the biggest things that I miss is that you do not get a micro SD card slot. Okay, this cutie little port that you see here, of course everyone has a charging dock. Now USB-C is a different cable. It looks different, the port is different, and you cannot घुसाओ a USB-B, which is अपना regular जो USB port होता है, that is USB-B, जो सारे phones में होता है आजकल except for iPhone. आप USB-B टाइप पोर्ट को USB-C टाइप पोर्ट के अंदर घुसा नहीं सकते बिकॉज उसका शेप ही पूरी तरह से अलग होता है, कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट शेप. ओके, नाउ द प्रॉब्लम इज ऑफ कोर्स USB-C इज द फ्यूचर एंड दैट इज अ स्टैंडर्ड जो आने वाले सालों में एवरी फोन मैन्युफैक्चरर इज गोइंग टू अडॉप्ट एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, ब्ला 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 इज ओके. बट देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम व्हेन यू आर द फर्स्ट वन to have a USB-C type port and you don't really have an ecosystem of accessories supporting that. Great screen, good build quality, amazing performance, kick-ass amount of hardware. 25,000 में मुझे नहीं लगता इतना amazing hardware आपको मिल सकता है. Actually मिल सकता है. Hello Xiaomi. Xiaomi and all these amazing people will give you even more competition. But the battery life is something I'm not the happiest with. 3300 milliamp hour की बैटरी है, and one of the big features जो missing है is fast charging and the battery life. I haven't got more than 8 to 10 hours of battery life, but I am a very advanced power user. I stream video. Fame app पे मैं या तो वीडियो देखता हूँ या स्ट्रीम कर रहा होता हूँ. I do that for easily couple of hours every day. I stream music for couple of hours every day. So my screen on time is a lot and I'm using a lot of processes. Another sort of problem जो मुझे लगा था कि OnePlus One के बाद वो solve कर लेंगे, but नहीं solve हुआ है, which is phone का गर्म होना. It heats up a lot and you will realize it especially in the left corner over here on top, and ये जो metal के edges हैं भाई साहब, they really heat up a lot. Of course, मतलब आपकी स्किन विन जल नहीं जाती, but it's uncomfortable. You know, you're forced to keep your phone down because it's uncomfortable in your hand. यहाँ पे 25,000 रुपए में you're getting a phone which has almost all those features, almost all that hardware packed in, and you don't really have to spend a lot of money. So OnePlus 2 is a very good phone. बशर्ते आपके हाथ एक OnePlus 2 invite पे आ जाए and you finally get to buy that handset. It's a very good phone. You will be happy with it. However, I am not a big fan of, and this is not just about OnePlus 2. I'm not a big fan of 5.5 इंच के screen size वाले phone because वो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़े होते हैं और ये तो heavy भी है because of the magnesium alloy construction. So if you are into phablets 5.5 इंच के devices, you will absolutely love the OnePlus 2. It's great value for money, very good hardware, good camera, great performance, amazing multitasking. Of course, 2-3 features नहीं है, like regular USB port नहीं है. There's USB Type C, which is actually more future proof. But थोड़ी दिक्कत आपको हो सकती है to find charger and to find OTG support and everything. इसमें micro SD card slot नहीं है, even though इसमें 64 GB internal memory है, and there is no fast charging. That is a feature that I really miss. But besides all of that, OnePlus 2 is a new benchmark for a non-flagship company on how phones should be. I really don't understand बाकी कंपनियां like Samsung, like HTC, like Sony, like iPhone कैसे justify कर सकती हैं सेम या सिमिलर फीचर्स और परफॉर्मेंस और हार्डवेयर स्पेसिफिकेशन होने के साथ उनके फोन की कीमत 20 या 30,000 रुपए और महंगी हो कंपेयर टू द OnePlus 2. Nation wants to know why should people pay extra for Samsung and LG and Sony and iPhones? That is just not cool anymore. Because OnePlus 2 is a great handset for 25,000 rupees. It is not a flagship killer, but it's a great benchmark for what a phone should be in this particular price segment. This was the Gadgetwala review of the OnePlus 2. If you have any questions, of course, you can write to me on Twitter. @AnkitV is my Twitter handle. You can also follow me on Snapchat and you can send me your questions over there. मेरा नाम है Gadgetwala on Snapchat. Don't forget to follow my profile on the Fame app. So every time I go live and maybe you're busy with something, you'll automatically get a notification that Gadgetwala is live. Thank you so much, all you lovely people, for tuning in and taking time out on a Monday. I know how tough Mondays can be. Hopefully this made it lighter and fun. Have a lovely Monday. Have an amazing week ahead and love you all. Bye-bye.